because curriculum should be internationally standard and acceptable, readable, comparable, because curriculum is like a currency. You compare your graduates with other countries' graduates through curriculum, and it's we call it a contractual agreement between the institution, the instructor, the students, and even other stakeholders globally. So I think I would like to congratulate the college as well as the team for coming up with the improved document. And then this is only the internal view that we have, the insider's view only now, until now. So I think it is good to have external view, outsider's view. So with this, let's move to the comments from external reviewer, Dr. Dakato Alamo from Addis Ababa University, our former academic staff in the accounting department. Welcome back to your home, and welcome back with your comments. Thank you. Welcome to the podium.
Dr. you have 30 minutes. You can save us some time.
Good morning, all. I'm really thankful for the organizing committee for inviting me to share my experience as well. I am Dr. Twalamu and currently working as Head Department of Accounting and Finance at the School of Commerce at Sam University. And I'm also attending my ACCA, and I will forward my comments and suggestions with respect to what is expected from the profession of accountancy in general. So when we talk about the curriculum of accounting, we have to consider the time in which we are in. So obviously, as you all know, this is the time of the digital age, and therefore the curriculum of accounting and finance requires to consider many issues, right? So obviously, the profession or the digital technology is transforming the value deliveries and how we operate things, particularly with respect to the profession of accountancies. Obviously, it has transformed or disrupted the way accountants are going to provide what is expected from them, right? And therefore, because of course, when you talk about digital technologies, it's about applying advanced analytics, the big data analysis, artificial intelligence, which has increased the expectation of employers with respect to the profession of accountancy in general. And therefore, in the digital age, the way we see the profession of accountancy is different from the old time careers development. And therefore, whenever we develop an accounting curriculum, we have to think about the age or the time, and therefore the role of accountancy in general at this time and in the future is we have to develop a curriculum that is going to increase the future talent. That means accountants are no more accountants of the previous one, whereby we expect to produce a financial statement and whereby we give them an office and provide them a kind of record, journals, and the pass journal entries, then they produce a financial statement. That is the old view of accounting. And therefore, what is expected from the profession of accountants here at this time and in the future is they have to serve as an internal consultant. That means they have to work on all levels of the position instead of expecting to take a certain office and provide a financial statement. Right? So when I look at the document, and mostly, okay, to some extent there are changes, but still the curriculum is developed based on, in my views, about the old-time current development, whereby accountants are going to produce financial statement and they go to a specific office and they provide statements. So that doesn't work, of course. So we have to, I will be forwarding my comments and suggestions particularly to make this curriculum very attractive and to make it very unique as well. So at Sai University, still we are providing the same curriculum, of course. That is the old view. But this is as long as, of course, I know Arabic University is expected to have the MSc in accounting probably 10 or 20 years back, right? But still we are late. So if we are late, we have to make it very unique and we have to make it something that is going to attract the employers and also the graduates. So generally, in the digital age, accountants are expected to serve as decision supporters, which are going to serve as internal consultants. They have to be a strategic view, and obviously, you know it in financial management and IFRS as well. They have to make decisions. They have to apply the kind of judgment and estimation. So that requires many things. And also, obviously, they have to provide paperless decision, right? So, saying this, I will put my comments or suggestions in two parts. One is about the general comment. Overall, in terms of formalities, and the document is articulated properly, the specific objectives are clearly stated, the minimum required contents are also there, but still the tradition is very important. Wording problems are there. It says course. And most of the MSc curriculum which is provided in this country, and we usually call it as module, right? I'm not sure why it is called as a course, right? Because that is an acceptable one. Even though it is graduated, these are the graduates of Harambee University, we have to make them similar to the other university, right? So I personally prefer instead of saying course module. And also, and probably the general comments are with respect to the nomenclatures of the courses, the nomenclatures of the courses are similar to what we are having at undergraduate level, probably if you look at the new curriculum, and therefore that requires a kind of change, and also the course or the module syllabus credit hours are included, but missing is ECTS. That is also one of the fashion that we are having as a country, right? So we cannot make Harambee University different from others. So we have to have credit hours for all courses, and at the same time we have to also translate to ECTS. That is the tradition, or this is the way the system, how the system works. So we have to have also ECTS. And with respect to the master's thesis evaluation and the grading system, that is very interesting. That is what I enjoyed, of course. And the other one is specific comments and suggestion. With respect to, in my view, of course, it is subject to the Senate legislation, but in my view, I find some kinds of repetitions of ideas or discussions when it comes to the document, and therefore I personally prefer to have a format and content like this for the document. We have to begin with the program title, program code. This is the first curriculum for the department, probably it may be called as ACFN 001 or whatever. And the program descriptions and the rationales, the credit hours, and the equivalent ECTS, which is a total one, and duration of the study, mode of deliveries, institutional profile, then specific to the department, admission, program aim, graduate profiles, which is competence, and then learning outcomes, teaching and learning approach, assessment strategies, program content, and structure with starting with the module selection, list of modules, schedules for the semesters, whether it is an extension or whatever it is, regular one, and then module descriptions and the like. Probably I will provide these things. And the second comment, very specific one, is about the background and rationale of the program. When I go through the material, it seems the background of the program seems the rationale of the study, right? The background of the program is different from the rationale, right? So you could have included issues about the introduction of the financial proclamations, 847-2014, the capital stock market proclamation could be included as part of the rationale. And admission requirement, it says candidates from accounting and finance and also related field of study. So when it comes to administration, related field is very difficult. We have to be specific and we have to make it administration easy. So we have to be exhaustive and we have to list all of the potential candidates that can join this program. So related field of study, what does it mean by related by itself? That is big to understand and probably that's challenging for administration. And with respect to duration of the program, there is no problem for the regular, but it says for extension program, 2 years and 6